Alright, for the first time on the channel about guitars, we have the appearance of a guitar. It doesn't have any strings though, but there's a reason it doesn't have any strings, and that's because today we're going to be applying our chair system, play the chair stickers to the fretboard and figuring out how to do that, and also talking a little bit about why to do that. Right, so I think that we got everything that we need here. We got our sticker sheet, we have our guitar. I did go ahead and clean the fretboard, wiped it down really good. We got scissors, and we got our stickers from the musical chair system. I got just the pentatonic one. I think they also have diatonic one. They got left-handed. They got a whole bunch of stuff over there. So thank you, chair guy. I watched his video on how to apply them, so I'm just gonna kind of follow his instructions and talk a little bit about why you might want to do this. So, you might be reluctant about putting stickers on the guitar. I'm using kind of an inexpensive guitar from Guitar Fetish. I don't know if I would have done this on my any of I was gonna say any of my vintage instruments, but I don't have any vintage instruments. We're kind of in a bunch of people said the golden era of inexpensive gear. So there's plenty of stuff, and I really don't believe that these stickers are going to damage the fretboard at all. If anything, they'll keep it clean for a little while. So, all right, I'm going to start up here at the nut. I'm going to cut at the line of the fret. It actually looks pretty good. It's got red lines here, if you can see them, that help you line up with the edge of the fretboard. So, those are good kind of guides. Let's go ahead and take this off. Why I really like this approach to guitar is because a lot of times I feel like I'm an overly analytical person, so I'll get all caught up in knowing everything before I get started at all. And this really bypasses some of my major problems with that, because techniques like this, techniques like the riff ruler, they're really designed to allow you to stop being overly concerned about memorizing and get you started actually playing. So I want to make sure this one is super straight, because all the other ones are going to line up with this one. I think that looks pretty good. All right, that was really easy. That looks really nice. On to the next one. So yeah, anything that allows you to kind of stop thinking and start playing, I think is a good technique for guitar. At least if you're anything like me. There's probably going to be a whole bunch of people who disagree, but so this one's a little bit big, so I'm just going to trim a little bit. he did a really good job designing these in terms of um, making them a little bit big, and that way they're going to work for almost any guitar. Cool. Um, where I really think that the chair system, what's really great about it is it does a really, really good job of showing each scale like as one unit, and that's extremely important while you're playing to know which kind of scale unit you're in. So, the way that he has the octaves colored and the chair shape itself is really, really useful. I also like that we got the numbers on the sides, so be able to see them going up and down. So regardless if it's the best way to get far, eventually you might want to start learning other music theory stuff, but man, if it gets you playing, and if you start to feel the notes underneath your fingers, that's really what music's all about. And people get so caught up on music theory. I get caught up on music theory. My whole product is a music theory thing, but the main idea is you know it so you don't have to worry about it. So, you know, people always talk about how difficult guitar is, and it is true, but sometimes it feels like we make it more difficult than it needs to be. So, whatever we can do to simplify. Oh boy, I'm having trouble sometimes with these stickers. That is fully user error. Here we go. Did I try fit this one? No, I did not. I'm gonna say thanks again to the chair guy for checking out the riff ruler and answering my crazy message that I sent to him, asking him to take a look at it. Really cool guy. Really appreciate it. I got an idea. Thanks for tuning in to watch me struggle with taking the backs off stickers. This is what the YouTube algorithm loves. Join me later where we're going to watch paint dry. Wait, here's my idea. We're gonna see if this works. I'm gonna try to fold over one of the edges so they'll peel off easier. I got this whole thing over. Now what I'm gonna do is just move my way down here. That there, and hopefully that'll make it easier going down the line. see if it works. Boom, easy. All right, we're cooking with oil now. There's our first completed chair. You know, I've been watching the videos for a while. These chairs are bigger than I was thinking. It's kind of good to get the actual on the fretboard versus just kind of looking at it. Quite a bit bigger than I was thinking. I feel like whenever you get advice about guitar, or maybe whenever you get advice in general, um, you always got to wonder about the person who's giving you advice. In terms of, like, if they didn't have stickers on their guitar, or they didn't do it this way, so you don't need to do it. And I always think that that's kind of silly advice. That just because one person had to struggle with something, that means everybody has to struggle or they're not really going to learn it. I feel like music theory is full of that kind of mentality. And it's particularly pronounced in guitar because so much of music theory was based off of making things convenient for keyboard players, because keyboard is what you are going to be composing on. And so the theory was all designed to describe things on piano, essentially, and then everybody else has to make up the slack and learn in a way that might be less intuitive in case they ever might want to play piano, essentially. Again, I really want to make sure I'm being clear that I am not anti-theory, I'm not anti music intellectual or anything like that. I'm kind of anti pretension. I really just want more people involved in music. I want to make it as easy as possible. I want it to be okay to be bad at music if you enjoy it. That's my kind of thing. Is I really want to make it as, I think it should be accessible for everybody. And the more that we can do as people who are involved in music to make it accessible for everybody, the better off we all will be. We'll all get more music, we'll all get different music, we'll get weird music, and that's exciting to me. That trick seemed to work for us, so let's try that again. I remember when I was in like music class as a kid, we used to have these mallet instruments, and you would remove all of the notes that weren't in the key, and that was kind of like a learning technique for um, getting people into music. Forgot the name of that technique. Um, if anyone remembers what that is, I want to say that they were Orff instruments, but I think I remember that being fun. That's what it kind of reminds me of this way. We're putting the notes on the fretboard. They do this with violin, I think, a lot too, which is they'll put tape on the fretboard to mark where the notes are. It's kind of funny to me that guitar seems to be the only instrument that it's not as typical to do. I also really like that we have the note names here. I've been trying for a while to memorize my note names. So this will probably help. And chairs do get smaller as we get closer to the body of the guitar. Feels like about the same amount has to come off of each of these. I'm doing this trimming. Perfect. All right. And that is the whole fretboard. Very cool. And I think we just need one more thing. Oh, yeah. So I got my chairs on, I got my strings on, so we're ready to go. And it works perfect. You can't really feel the stickers unless you're pressing really really hard. It's honestly kind of nice. It gives you a little bit of like a tactile feedback when you're pressing too hard. I'm kind of working on trying to
put less pressure. Works. That's the pentatonic. I like it. This is the musical chair system. You can get stickers and charts at the musicalchairsystem.com.